Hi everyone, Teddy Baldassarre here at Baume Mercier with David, their CEO. David, pleasure to meet you finally.
Nice to meet you. My pleasure to welcome you at Baume Mercier Riviera stage, Riviera home.
It's good to be here. The theme, as soon as we walk into the booth, is very much about the Riviera. So could we, before looking at some of the pieces, establish the Riviera as this important collection? You look back to 1973 and the history of this model and its importance for the brand. So could you give us some more context to that?
Yeah, sure. It has been designed by Mr. Gate in 1971-2 and then released in 1973 with the first version that was really thin, pure, with a super well-balanced proportion, Baume Mercier balance, and then focusing on what has always been the DNA of Baume Mercier, nice shape, for sure, shaping the time, high-quality timepieces, and a focus on the movement, on the watchmaking capability of the Maison. Over the years, Riviera has evolved, for sure, in terms of design, going to more extreme according to the period of time. So it has been from 70s to 80s, 90s, and so on. And we decided to relaunch it 2 years ago with the fifth generation of the Riviera. First and foremost, with a really in-depth attention to details and technical aspects of the timepiece, working all the design elements as deep as we could. And then this year, to celebrate the 50th anniversary, for sure, this will be a full year of Riviera. Riviera has been the main point of all our attention over the last year in terms of design capabilities. Really much focus on tubomatic movement, which is really a strong asset for the Baume Mercier collection and for Riviera. And in that sense, we are super happy to reveal to your audience and to you that all our Baumatic timepieces, as of Watches and Wonders 2023, will be covered by 8 years warranty period of time, 2 plus 6 additional years upon registration.
That's great. To kick us off, I'd like to start with this new case size. So we previously saw some different case sizes in the past with the Riviera.
Yeah.
There was always maybe a part of the market that was thinking, I would love something in between,
For sure.
And 39 is such a great size.
Thank you.
Could you walk us through this piece and give us some of the highlights?
So first of all, when we decided to relaunch Riviera, we had in mind all the mapping of the sizes for sure, because we know there is a trend in some mature market to go to lower size, 39, 40. In that end, we have designed this 39 diameter piece. It's all the detail that you knew already about Riviera, coming from the shape overall of the bezel, as well as the crown design with a strong fee and the strong panes to have a good prehension of the crown. On this special model, we decided to develop and introduce a new strap as well. This is alligator skin that has been stitched on a rubber insert, and as on any Riviera, we kept
the quick release
system.
It's a great system.
As we have on all our timepieces. We have the click, so it's okay. And it's just a stunning piece. By the wide opening of the dial, it looks a bit further than a 39, but on the wrist, it's a proper 39 timepiece. Then the buckle, clean execution. As much as code as we could from the original design to make it as pure and as performant as possible, hosting for sure the Baumatic movement with a see-through sapphire crystal dial.
Could you talk about the dial process? Because you see this more like translucent dial, but could you talk about the manufacturing challenges of creating that dial? Because this is quite unique for this price range.
Yes, this is a sapphire, in fact. So as any sapphire, you start with a carat of sapphire, then you have to cut it really thinly, and then you have to process times and times and times with layers and layers and layers to get the proper color, and it's a kind of iridation process to make it at the proper color we would like. And that's why sometimes you see there is slightly deviation in color. All the watches are not exactly the same in terms of color. It could slightly be lighter or darker. And it's in fact because of the process that we are playing. It's a 3 to 4 hours process to have all the layer added and to get to the good color we are aiming at. Afterward, for sure, we have to put on the indexes, as well as just prior to the indexes, to have the pattern of wave and mountain, the Riviera pattern signature. The Riviera being the piece of land in between mountain and sea. This is literally the Riviera. On top of it, you have fun when you wear the watch, because when you're on a Riviera, you have good time with your family, with friends, and so on. So it's always great memories.
So, you know, in applying those indices, it's a challenge. And you talked about the Baumatic movement, but I'll be the one to say it. I always think about when you're looking at this $3,000 to $4,000 price range, it is a class-leading movement. 5-day power reserve, COSC certified. It does just check off the boxes for a consumer in terms of, you know, what it's bringing to the table. And this is something you're continuing to lean in as we look forward. That's a future for the brand, right?
And we have always evolution. You know, we don't claim all the evolution we are doing, but it's a permanent evolution on this movement. We are upgrading the technical capability of the movement always, and then it's in the center of our development process. And as you know, we have added a complication on it with the date Moon-Phase Perpetual Calendar. We'll talk about it a bit later.
A little teaser for later.
It's quite it's a strong platform for us for further long-term development.
That's great. And this is available in different variations in terms of dial color as well.
Yes, dial color. You have the blue version, which is already a really high-demanded timepiece during these Watches and Wonders, as well as a sapphire dark gray dial on steel bracelet. The bracelet, for sure, as usual, you can switch it to any according to your wishes. And we have this this special execution, two-tone. With a titanium bezel, in between which, thanks to the construction of Riviera, we can animate in between the bezel and the case with rings. And on this execution, you have a gold color 5N ring aluminum PVD execution, together with a darker dial and indexes that as well matching together with the ring color. And as you have the echo of the gold color inside the bezel, you can see that it's reflecting quite gently onto the
like bouncing off the back of
the
hands. That's wonderful. Moving on to a further extension for the Riviera, getting even more sporty here with the Azur.
Yes, it's the Azur 300, Azur 300 meters. In fact, we went through, for sure, as always, on the story of Riviera, and we found this diving execution, smooth diver, snorkeling and diving, not a professional diver timepiece is not the ambition. The ambition is to have a sport activity sea watch in order to enjoy the life on the Riviera. And in fact, we had a version in 1981 that was already sea activity inspired, and we decided to come back with to redesign this Riviera Azur 300. So it has an unidirectional bezel.
Time-lapse bezel.
Yes, you have a quarter, the first quarter, 50 minutes that are highlighted to show you, to adjust.
Those hash marks.
Yes,
See that?
yes. Then we have extreme supernumilova onto the end with a special design. You have the small second with the Phi skeleton logo integrated. As it is a Baumatic, you have the see-through dark blue sapphire dial. It has a screwed crown for sure.
Water resistance is
300 meters, 30 bars. So you start to be able to have a serious activity in the sea. And then it has an open back on the Baumatic movement. And you see that you have an aluminum ring in between still the bezel and the case with a grip that is highlighted in blue in order to have a better prehension of the bezel when you would like to adjust it to the start of your activities.
That's great.
So we have this blue execution on
and case size?
It's a 42 diameter, and we have as well a steel version with a black ring together with a black sapphire dial on steel.
Wonderful.
that is
And available
as
on
well.
bracelet as well as on
Yes, yes, yes,
Very
and
good.
for sure many colors of strap, many animation, camo, and whatever you would like to get, you can get it on it.
So we'll end with the Riviera because we have a surprise at the end, but I want to shift into more of the dressy side of your collection
Yes,
because
with
you have some
pleasure.
important pillars here. One, let's talk Hampton, because there are very few brands that are sampling with a rectangular shaped watch. But this has been a part of your collection for some time, and here we have a new dial color and kind of a nice array in terms of the finishing technique with those two different finishes on the interior and the exterior. But can you give us a little bit more of a rundown here?
Yeah, sure. So our Hampton collection, it's an intemporal collection. We redesigned it 3 to 4 years ago by shaping the lines really much into the original design. We have this alligator or veil, according to the taste of the client, strap, triple folding buckle, and then an automatic movement to animate it. And we have in fact a double finishing on the dial. In the center you have a polished sun ray finishing, and at the outside, the square outside is
A bit more matte.
Is matte, yeah, exact, to make it shine, but not totally shine, and to host in fact the index around that has a proper large size index, and it's a pure Art Deco timepiece, all the code of Baume Mercier in one piece. And then leveraging on the success we had last year with Pierre Soulages, there's been an incredible exposure for Hampton, Pierre Soulages on all the network and the social media and demand. This collection has really a fan audience.
Very wearable case, very compact, works well on a wide variety of wrists, stays true to that nice ratio of a rectangle, and then also where this is positioned within your broader collection, this is more that entry door for these mechanical timepieces, so very good value.
Thank you.
And then this is, I love the Clifton. It's I think one of the best pieces in its segment for what it represents. It's a phenomenal dress watch collection. Here we have a Moon-Phase, which is very well integrated. Can you walk us through this?
Yes, for sure. So this is a solid gold case execution together with, it's not a pure white dial. We wanted something like light eggs or a bit brownish,
like a cream
dial execution. We redesigned completely the ring around the Moon-Phase that is hosting as well the date on the ring, on the gold color ring, strong index, and then this pure line and alternance of finishing between polished and brushed on the side of the case to make it a stunning Baumatic date Moon-Phase. That is intemporal timepiece.
Is this currently, so this is now the new gold version, is this going to be, is it available in steel? Yeah.
It's available in steel, yes, not with all those color codes, not with different codes, but it's available. We don't have the exact same timepiece in steel.
And then looking at the Clifton Baumatic, I think is just so well positioned. The Clifton collection, I think, is just is a model family that is important. Outside of the Riviera, I'd say is that other additional pillar to absolutely look at.
In fact, we always say, and you see it on the stage of Baume Mercier, we have a strong focus on shapes in Baume Mercier. So we have the dodecagone, so the 12-sided bezel for Riviera for sure. Then we have the round collection, circular for Clifton and Classima, and as well the rectangular shape for Hampton. And it has been like this since quite a long time, and we'll keep it like this because we believe it's our true core DNA for Baume Mercier.
So with Riviera, you've built the foundation to build complications on top of the base of which has been created through the three-hand models.
Yes.
Here we have a perpetual. So this is a tease for people that this is going to be available later this year. But want to walk us through this because this is for you all. I mean, a perpetual. Usually for perpetual watch and Swiss watchmaking, it's hard to come by at a price that's even anywhere near palatable.
Yes. So this is a Riviera Perpetual Calendar with a Baumatic movement. This is the first Baumatic automatic movement that has been introduced together with Perpetual Calendar in a Riviera collection. We used to have a calendar, but not Perpetual Calendar in Riviera quite a long time ago. The brief, as it was an anniversary piece, has been to integrate the codes of the 70s in this timepiece. So we ran through iteration of dials and so on, and we thought that this gilded color dial,
it's a very unique color.
Yes, with strong lines that you can see on the surface of the dial, was a good match, together with this blue color symbol of watchmaking capability. So we decided to go there for the end. You have as well the end with the Phi logo at the end, and then the usual QP, Perpetual Calendar animation. It's a 40 diameter timepiece.
40 millimeters?
Yeah, 40 millimeters.
Okay,
yeah.
so interesting.
It will be limited to 50 timepieces.
Wow.
And available as of September. So, yeah. We'll see it further later on.
I don't even know what I would call this dial color, but it's maybe a champagne-esque style dial.
Yeah, it's in between champagne and yellow gold color,
yeah,
I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have with the subsidiaries for the Perpetual Calendar, a different finish, and then you have this more line texture for the outskirts of the dial here with the Moon-Phase central at 6. Very nice orientation and cool to see. Do we know what price is going to be yet on these?
Yes, we know the price on this. I can give you a euro price or Swiss franc price.
Just a ballpark price.
It will be less than 20,000 euro tax included. Yeah. So then, according to the currency fluctuation, but it will be less than 20,000 euro or Swiss francs.
But a Perpetual Calendar and a mechanical watch with the Baumatic movement.
With the Baumatic,
and are you still getting that power reserve, no compromises?
No compromises, and as well as the 8-year warranty program extension, even on this timepiece, for sure.
Because one of the challenges with the low powers, because one of my pet peeves in the watch industry is low power reserve, Perpetual Calendar, because setting these are not the easiest.
Yeah,
so that's a good combination.
Exact.
Well, David, thank you very much for
my
this
pleasure. My pleasure to
introduction,
host you. My pleasure to have you.
This is a brand that I don't think, it's one of those little gems in the industry that I don't think people fully investigate. So I really wanted to be able to kind of walk through this. You have some great pieces this year. A lot of things to look forward to too with this. So.
A pleasure, and I think the beauty of Baume Mercier is that the more you discover the maison, the more you get to know the timepieces, the more details you can see and you can guess, because we are really putting as much as content as we can in the timepieces, but keeping as well an excellent value for money, I would say.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks a lot.
See you next time.
Thank you.